Imagine walking into the grand marble hall of ancient Rome. Senators whispering, golden armor glinting under the torchlight, and at the center of it all, a horse. Not a war horse, not a statue, but a living, breathing stallion, wearing a senator's robe. The man responsible? A Roman emperor whose madness or genius still divides historians today. But what if this story wasn't madness at all? What if the emperor's strange act was a coded message, a rebellion against Rome itself? Welcome back to Hidden Echoes of Time, where we uncover the forgotten stories buried beneath the dust of history. Today, we journey to the heart of ancient Rome to unravel one of the strangest legends ever told, the Roman emperor who made his horse a senator. Was Emperor Caligula truly insane, or was he sending a message that Rome refused to understand? In the year 37 AD, after the death of Emperor Tiberius, Rome crowned a young ruler, Gaius Julius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, better known by his nickname Caligula, meaning little boot. At first, the people adored him. After years of tyranny under Tiberius, Caligula's arrival felt like sunlight breaking through clouds. He freed prisoners, honored his family, and handed out gifts to the poor. Rome celebrated him like a god, but gods, as Rome would soon learn, demand worship. As months turned into years, something in Caligula changed. Whether it was illness, betrayal, or power's poison, the man Rome once loved began to crumble into myth and madness. The empire whispered that Caligula had gone insane. He declared himself a living god, built temples in his own name, and demanded sacrifices to his image. But there's another side to the story, one that rarely makes the history books. Recent studies of Roman satire and politics suggest Caligula's madness might have been deliberate theater, a mocking mirror held up to the Senate that had grown corrupt and powerless. The Senate claimed to rule Rome, yet they bowed before every emperor. Caligula, in his arrogance, decided to expose their hypocrisy in the most humiliating way possible. He turned his mockery into policy. Caligula's favorite horse, Incitatus, was no ordinary stallion. White as marble, adorned with jewels, and housed in a palace of his own, complete with servants, golden troughs, and purple blankets. According to ancient writers like Suetonius, Caligula planned to make Incitatus a consul, one of the highest political offices in Rome. To most, it sounded like proof of insanity. But look closer. Caligula was making a statement. If a horse can do your job, what does that say about the Senate? In a world obsessed with power and titles, Caligula replaced Rome's proudest institution with an animal, a brutal insult that has echoed for 2,000 years. Yet beneath the satire lay tragedy. Caligula's mockery alienated everyone, the Senate, the army, and even his guards. He became the loneliest man in the empire, a god surrounded by daggers. In January of 41 AD, the prophecy fulfilled itself. During a theater performance, Caligula was ambushed and stabbed 30 times by his own guards. His blood soaked the marble he once called divine. Incitatus vanished from history soon after. No one knows what became of him. The Senate tried to erase Caligula's memory, declaring his name cursed. But as history shows, the more you try to erase a man, the more power his myth gains. For centuries, Caligula remained the symbol of madness, the emperor who lost his mind. But maybe he was the only one who saw Rome for what it truly was, a stage. And everyone else, just actors, playing their part. 2,000 years later, we still talk about Caligula and his horse. But maybe the real lesson isn't about insanity. It's about the illusions of power. when rulers become untouchable, when titles lose meaning, and when arrogance replaces wisdom, even the mightiest empire begins to rot from within. Caligula's horse wasn't just a joke. It was a warning, one that time buried but never silenced. So the next time you hear a story that sounds too strange to be true, remember, sometimes the truth survives only in whispers, and history hides its deepest lessons behind madness. If you enjoyed uncovering this lost story of Rome, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more untold tales that time tried to erase. Until next time, remember, history never sleeps. It just waits to be awakened.